Hey everybody, this is Mike with Birdman Gaming, and um, I'm still waiting on something to come in for a special video, and I didn't feel like digging into my comics this week. It's been a very rough week this week. We got some news that I'm not going to go into on the channel right now, but there was some rough news that came out a few days ago, and I was going to record earlier this week, but I've been feeling really rough. As far as my blood sugar's been spiking a little bit, I've been really in a whole lot of pain, and pulling out short boxes. Those things, I've got 3 of them that are full. That's a lot of weight, you know. So, I decided I'm just gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna go over the new project, the update on Karador. Um, Talk about a little bit about some of the stuff that I've got coming up. There is a product I'm partnering with a company in New Zealand to do a video for. I've been waiting on the product for almost 3 weeks, and it's not the company's fault. It's the U.S. Postal Service's fault that it's taken so long. But that's going to be in that product's video, which should be this coming up week. Um, I, of course, I'm a little bit calmer since the comic book video the other day. Last week, I guess it was, where I completely ranted and raved about the my local comic shop and their business practices. I'm still, as of the end of this month, ending my pull box. I guess next weekend, I guess it is. Um, and I'll probably shoot a video going over, what I got from my pull box. Either over the weekend or the first of the following week, and then we go into our WWE openings for 3 weeks, and that leads right into new Capina pre-release. So I've already got the WWE videos recorded, and those are already scheduled. I know what I opened. I'm working on doing some trades right now. Maybe do another one of those trade videos soon. I'm hoping. The product coming in this week should be going for the Karador Commander deck, which we will go over the updates to today. We will also be discussing the Academic 133 Plus XL, the Tolarian Community College's deck box that they have currently going on Kickstarter. It started on, I want to say, Tuesday. It has blown up. Their goal was $50,000, and by the time it had went 24 hours, it had already broken $1 million on Kickstarter. They have since did a vote on a secondary color for the deck box and a secondary color for the divider that you can purchase separately. The secondary color for the deck box is an additional $4, so instead of $45, it's $49. And the additional color on the divider goes from $4 up to $5. So I'm going to give you all the information I currently have. It's looking like the first of the month I will more than likely be pledging support to the Kickstarter as well, because I need a deck box for Karador. They're saying that the deck boxes will not ship more than likely until February of next year. It is currently the 20th of March, so quite a ways away, almost a year. I understand production and shipping lines and everything being messed up right now, so I still support businesses that want to do something like this. After all, we're gamers, we're nerds, you know? We appreciate good, solid products. And I've bought deck boxes over the years from random different companies, whether it be Ultra Pro, Legions. I have not bought one by Gamegenic yet, and that's the company that's actually manufacturing the academic. So this will be my first Gamegenic deck box. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and get this started with Karador. And I do have him currently in this little deck box with my Joker sticker that I got from a comic book mystery box on the back. But once he's double sleeved and everything, he will not fit in this deck box whatsoever. And I'm still working on tweaking this and I've found some random stuff that I had completely forgotten I had. So before we get into that, let's go ahead and go over some of this silliness. Let's see. I'll just go over this real quick. I think it's a stack, yeah. I found a grand total of 39 poison counters. So anybody who's playing poison in Commander can poison the entire pod, all 4 players, and still have 9 left. And these are all from, I want to say they're only from 2 sets. But it's all Scars block, so. And one other thing I found in the stack actually is going in the deck. Let me see if I can find it real fast. This itty bitty. Nope. There it is. We're going to be putting an Essence Warden in the stack as well. So go ahead and get a sleeve for it. But first, before we get into Karador, I want to say thank you to everybody who has recently subscribed. Welcome to the family. I know there's only a couple of you so far, but I'm hoping that the numbers keep ticking up. Definitely welcome. You guys are awesome. Also, let's work with the YouTube algorithm and get me featured a little bit. Comment, like, share the video with some of your friends. Maybe they might want to build a card, or maybe they might want to subscribe. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It don't cost anything, and I'm not going to ask you for anything. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. It's still a work in progress, but it's getting there. So we did upgrade our karador from the etched foil. We went to a judge foil karador, and this was pretty much near mint when I got it about a week and a half ago. The reason I'm rebuilding this guy, he was the very first commander deck I ever actually was able to acquire. Back in 2011. I traded with somebody and they bought this for me. And over a couple years, I actually tweaked it and everything, and it was my favorite commander. I had told everybody prior to this that I would never get into this format. Never. You couldn't pay me to get into it. And then a year before this deck released, this was the very first card that they spoiled. And Reanimator is my favorite deck archetype, period. So I was like, well, I guess I'll eat my own words and I'll get into the format. It's been a lot of trial and error, getting used to it, and getting used to different people's play styles and different size pods and everything. But it has definitely been worth it. I've made a lot of friends in just playing casual Commander. I do not play super competitive. I can build competitive. I want to have fun. This is a game. It's meant to be enjoyed. So, anyway, there he is in all his full glory. And one real quick note for those of you who are kind of new to Commander and you're getting used to the whole Commander tax. Karador's first ability, with him costing 1 generic less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. That reduces your commander tax as well. So if you keep dumping creatures in your graveyard, Karador keeps staying cheap. He also lets you, once per turn on your turn, be able to cast the creature from your graveyard. He's a really solid, he's a 7 cost. But if you can bury it alive early and whatnot, you can get him down to being a 3 cost and keep him pretty much at a 3 cost the entire game. So, next we will start off with our big creatures. We've got a Shieldred, the Whispering one. At the beginning of, she's got Swamp Walk, I do believe. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you may return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. At the beginning of each other player's upkeep, they must sacrifice a creature. Pretty basic. She is in Phyrexian. 7 mana for a 6/6. Solid creature. Next is Whisper, the Blood Liturgist. Tap, sacrifice 2 creatures to return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a 4-drop, but the ability on it actually makes it worth it. You eat 2 creatures, which of course feeds Karador to be able to recast them. And you get a benefit of getting something like a Shieldred or another one of the creatures that we will go through here in a few minutes back to the battlefield. Just a solid creature for Reanimator. Next up, we have our Grave Titan. 6 cost, 6/6 with Death Touch. Whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, you get 2 zombie creature tokens put on the battlefield. So, he enters, you get 2 zombies that you can then sacrifice to Whisper to bring something else back. You always want your synergy. Next, we've got Junjie the Midnight Sky. 5-drop, 5/5 Flying Menace. When Junjie dies, choose 1. Each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life. Or, you put target non-dragon creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control and you lose 2 life. Now, the way I'm building this deck is somewhat of a combo style deck. And I'll go over the combo real fast. We have Junjie. Let's find the artifact that we will be using. And it is not a reserve list, even though it's an original print. We have an Altar of Dementia. Sacrifice a creature. Target player mills a number of creatures equal to that, a number of cards equal to that creature's power from the top of his or her library. So you sack Junjie to altar. Target player mills 5. When Junjie triggers, you bring in Karmic Guide. Karmic Guide has Pro Black, Echo of 5, and when it enters, you return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You return Junjie. You then mill 2, mill 5, bring back Karmic Guide, bring back Junjie. Now you're going to be losing 2 life every time you do that cycle. In walks Soul's Attendant or Essence Warden, either one. So every cycle, you go Karmic Guide to the yard, Junjie to the yard, lose 2 life. Bring back Karmic Guide, gain 1 life. Bring back Junjie, gain 1 life. So this, just having one of these in play negates the life loss. Having 2 gives you infinite life, and you mill out the table. So it's actually a really good little combo to where you don't have to worry about Mikaea's Triskelion. Okay, I have Ao, which I don't know if he's going to stay in the deck or not yet. Flying Vigilance 5/4 for 5. When it dies, look at the top. Choose one. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put any number of non-land permanent cards with total mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, or put 2+1/+1 counters on each permanent you control that's a creature or a vehicle. So, again, we've got that combo going with Karmic Guide. Puppeteer's Click. So, let's go over this again. We don't even need the Soul's Attendant or Essence Warden this time. We have our Altar of Dementia. We go, we'll sack Puppeteer's Click. Steal your dude from the graveyard after we mill. We'll sacrifice. Actually, we can't go infinite with that now that I'm looking at it. But It's still the +1/+1 counter lets you sack again and just keep stealing stuff every couple of turns. So it still works. It's just a lot slower. Next we have Yosai the Morning Star. Yosai is a 5/5 flyer for 6. When Yosai dies, is put into the graveyard from play. It actually clarifies that on the card. Target player skips their next untap step, and then you tap up to 5 permanents that player controls. Sorry about that. House call. So, anyway, back to what we were doing. It's got a Revel Arc. When it leaves the battlefield, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. This will return your Karmic Guide and an Essence Warden or a Soul's Attendant, or possibly a Whisper or something else that we might run across while we're going through the stack. Real quick, it does have Evoke, which is it enters and then you sacrifice it. Really good 4/3 flyer for 5. Then we have Avacyn, Angel of Hope. 8 mana, 8/8. Flying Vigilance. Her and all permanents you control are indestructible. Easy. Elish Norngran Cenobite. 4/7. She is in Phyrexian, so. She is a Praetor, legendary. All creatures you control get +2/+2. I think she says all other creatures you control get +2/+2. All creatures your opponents control get -2, -2. Easy. Eternal Witness. When Eternal Witness enters the battlefield, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand. 3-drop 2/1. Easy creature to remember. Always one that you might want to get back with a Revel Arc. Nicknamed Steve, it's Secure Tri-Builder. This is the Secret Lair version. 1/1 for 2. Sacrifice them, search your library for a basic land card, show it, reveal it, and put it into. Actually, you put it onto the battlefield tab, then shuffle your library. Timeless Witness. Yet another Eternal Witness style creature. 4-drop 2/1. When it enters, return target card from your graveyard to your hand, and it has Eternalize. Pay 7. Exile it. You get a 4/4 version of it that's also black. Shadrix Silverquill. Flying Double Strike. At the beginning of your combat, on your turn, you may choose 2. Each mode must target a different player. Target player creates a 2/1 white-black Inkling creature with flying. Target player draws a card and loses 1 life. Target player puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control. Solid card for this deck. It helps with the Puppeteer click again. Old Sticky Icky Fingers. Whenever you cast a spell, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X creature cards. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your graveyard, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Stick Fingers' power and toughness are each equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. For 2 and X, you get if you go 1, he's already a 1/1. If you go 2, he's bigger, and so on and so forth. Old Rutstein. When Old Rutstein enters the battlefield, or at the beginning of your upkeep, you mill a card. If a land card is milled this way, create a treasure token. If a creature is milled this way, you get a 1/1 insect. And if a non-creature, non-land card is milled this way, you get a blood token. So, this is another way to get creature cards in your graveyard to feed karador. Same with old stick fingers. You want synergy in your commander decks, plain and simple. And these guys help synergize with the commander. Priest of Fell Rites. So this guy also works along the same way with all the other Reanimator cards. Also, you can tap, pay 3 life, sacrifice him, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You can only activate as a sorcery, which is a little bit of a downside, but not much. And it is a 2/2 for 2 with Unearth. I never look at Unearth, not in this style deck. Grist, the only planeswalker in this list. Now, a lot of people would possibly run some other stuff, like there's a Liliana that can bring all creature cards from everybody's graveyard into the battlefield under your control. And that's okay. This is actually a really good commander for this style deck. That is because when he's in the graveyard, in your deck, or in your hand, he's a creature. He classifies as a 1/1 insect. Then he makes insects, which you can then sacrifice to do other things. Lets you sacrifice a creature to destroy a target creature or planeswalker. More value in feeding karador. And then each opponent loses life equal to the number of creature cards in my graveyard. I'm a Reanimator deck. I don't care how many creatures are in my yard. I'll fill it up, hit everybody, and then just start bringing stuff back. I don't know if this is going to stay in the deck or not. Right now, it's okay. When he enters the battlefield, choose a non-land card. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with the chosen name, they lose 3 life, and I draw a card. 2-drop, 3/2. Solid. You name their commander. Every time they cast their commander, they lose life, and I get to draw a card? Sure. I'm good with that. Solemn is just value for this style deck. When he enters, I get a basic land from my library, put it on the battlefield tap. When he dies, I draw a card. Diamond Lion. Now, this is a controversial card. Nobody sees the actual power of this card. Only thing that could make it better is giving it haste. But you can actually get it out on turn 1, and turn 2 you can have karador in play if you have enough creatures in your hand. So, 2-drop, 2/2. You discard your hand, sacrifice them. Add 3 mana of any one color to your mana pool. You can activate it as an instant. So turn 1, land, Soul Ring, Diamond Lion. Turn 2, tap, play a land, tap this, sacrifice it, pitch, say 4 creatures, or pitch 3 creatures. Okay. Karador now costs 5. Oh look, tap my other 2 lands, I've got 5 mana. Cast Karador. Tap Soul Ring. Play Diamond Lion from my graveyard. Value all day long. Next, we have a Victimize. I choose 2 creature cards in my yard. Sacrifice a creature. If I do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. Good card altogether. We have Greater Good as one of our sack outlets. It's also card draw. And we need card draw in this deck. Null Brooch. Nobody ever looks at this card. It's a bulk card. I don't think it's on the reserve list, which means it can get reprinted. But nobody ever looks at this. It's a 4-drop artifact. Pay 2, tap it, discard your hand. Counter target non-creature spell. Play this ability as an interrupt, or as an instant. Essentially saying, I can now counter your taking an extra turn, or I can counter your counter spell. The beautiful thing about this is I don't have to have cards in my hand in order to discard my hand. Soul Ring, self-explanatory. We've got our Arcane Signet. And this is the Secret Lair Etched Foil from Dan Frazier. Absolutely love this card. Persist. Return target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter on it. So for 2 mana, return target Karmic Guide or Revelark to the battlefield. Manatize for yet another counter spell. Witherbloom Command, another card I'm not absolutely certain on yet. I haven't actually gotten to play with this yet. It's been in my list since I started this deck list, but I am not. I need to be able to play with it before I actually can rule on it. But you get, for 2 mana, sorcery speed, you get to choose 2. Target player mills 3 cards. Then I get to return a land card from my graveyard to my hand. Or I get to destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with a mana value 2 or less. So destroy a Soul Ring or a Mana Crypt or a Mana Vault. Or target creature gets -3, -1 till end of turn, which could possibly remove something. Or target opponent loses 2 life and I gain 2 life. It's versatile. Next, we have Mortify. Destroy target creature or enchantment. Damn. Enough said. Good removal spell as targeted removal, or later in the game when there's an issue, you can just overload it and destroy all creatures. Again, more targeted removal would Vindicate. Destroy target permanent. This will actually destroy lands. So, Swords to Plowshares, targeted removal. Putrefy, targeted removal. Destroy target artifact or creature. Vanishing Verse, targeted removal. Krosan Grip, split second, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Buried Alive, 3-drop, search your library for up to 3 creature cards and put them into your graveyard. I want something like this so that I can feed my commander. Profane Tutor, suspend 2, search your library for a card and put that card into your hand and shuffle. Unmarked Grave. Search your library for a non-legendary card. Put that card into your graveyard. Shuffle. Demonic Tutor. Search your library for one card. Put it in your hand. Shuffle. Vampiric Tutor. Instant Speed. Search your library for a card. Shuffle your library. Put that card on top of it. You lose 2 life. Grim Tutor. Sorcery. 3-drop. Search your library for a card. Put that card into your hand. Then shuffle your library. You lose 3 life. Dig Up. For 1 mana, you get to search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Or if you pay the cleave cost, which is 2 black, 1 green, and 1, search your library for a card, put it in your hand, shuffle. So early game it's mana fixing, late game it's find a combo piece. Culling Ritual. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Add a black or green to for each permanent destroyed this way. So, destroy all Soul Rings. Then Eternal Witness to get my Soul Ring back and play it. Soul Talisman. Suspend for 3, cost 1 to suspend it. When it comes out, it's a Soul Ring. Next, let's go over our lands. And we will go over our non-basics first. We've got our Verdant Catacombs, fetch land. And it is an etched foil from NH2. We've got a Marsh Flats to match it. Also another fetch land. We have our pack foil Godless Shrine. Fabled Passage. This is the promo foil. It searches for a basic, but that's fine. Shine Shadow Snarl. Good mana fixing until I get like more shocks and whatnot for the deck. We've got a Vesuva to clone any of my lands. Necroblossom Snarl. Another good piece of fixing. Murmuring Bosk, which can be fetched for anything that will search for a forest. But it will also tap for a black or a white, and you take a point for it. We've got our command tower. We've got a Yavimaya, which turns all lands into forests in addition to their other types. And we have a Reliquary Tower, because you always want to have a no max hand size. Now, like I said, this is a work in progress. We are getting more stuff constantly for this deck. And now for our basics. Now, I don't have all the basics I want for the deck yet, and I'm going to come clean with that right now, which is why I'm not playing this and why I'm not saying that it's complete yet. It is a work in progress. So, these are going to be the forest. These are the Yukio lands that are in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Bottom 2 are foil. But that's going to be our forest. Right now I'm working on wanting to run 10 of each basic. So that puts us to 8 forests as of right this moment. Next, let's go with plains. Again, the bottom 2 are foil. I like this art over the other one, even though the other one's actually worth more. It's just, I like being able to see the little, it looks like a little village in it. So finally, our swamps. And yes, it is the most expensive, most popular of the Yukio swamps. And the bottom two are foil. I legitimately want to get the rain turned into red so that it's raining blood. I won't do it. I'd like to do it. When I first saw this land, when they spoiled it, I immediately knew that this was going to be the swamp for this deck. And that I'd do all the lands, the basics in this deck in the Yukio style. So, it's just a stunning land. I might be getting some more of these soon from friends of mine, or I'll be trading for them. And with all that being said and done, let me know what you guys think of the deck. The archetype itself being Reanimator. Like I said, it's always been a fun deck for me to do. I have a lot of fun with it. Now, my original build did have birds in it, but it doesn't need birds. And I know that with me being Birdman Gaming, it's blasphemy to say that. But honestly, it doesn't need a Bird of Paradise in the deck to make it good. It's going to be a fun deck to play. And I'll tweak it and make it better over the next 6, 8, 10 months. Hopefully it'll be ready for New Capena, which will be next month. I think I've got like 5 weeks left, maybe 6 weeks before pre-release. So I've got to start getting all the stuff together for that. I do have sleeves to play with already. And like I said, I do have sleeves to play with already. If this thing shows up this week, if it shows up tomorrow like it's saying it should, there will be a video well before the end of the week about it. I'm also expecting some stuff coming from a friend of the channel that I traded for, that hopefully will be here at the same time, so I can make a little bit longer of a video. I know things are rough for everybody right now. Prices are hiking up. There's general angst in the world, essentially. There's anger and just a lot of stuff going on for a lot of people, both here in our nation and around the world. I want to let everybody know that no matter what happens, whether things get rougher or things is eventually level out and start rebounding, I want you to know that you guys rock. Yes, the channel's small. Yes, I don't. Most of you guys I know personally. Some of you guys I don't. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the ones that I've known for years. I just, even with the pain that I'm going through and the stress levels and everything else that's been hitting me hard this week, I wanted to put a video out for you guys. And yes, I'm trying to stay positive. It's difficult when you're in a lot of pain. And when you're dealing with stuff that's causing stress. And right now I have a lot of that going on. But I'm here. You're here. Thank you guys. And as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I love you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video.